So, the Gili Islands are a must-visit place if you are in Bali. There are 3 different islands and there are 3 very different scenes on each one. Luckily, when we were in Bali, we were able to visit all 3. If you don't have enough time to visit all 3 islands, it's very important that you pick the island that's going to be right for you. By visiting all 3 islands, we were able to get a good feel for what each was really about. We got the boat from a place called Padang Bai. The websites for the different ferries charge quite a lot of money for the tickets, especially the third-party websites. So honestly, I would wait until you get there. The hotel will be able to help you buy tickets. There'll be tour agencies all around the streets that'll be able to help you. Just get a feel for what the price is and try and barter a little bit to get the price down as much as possible. We got the boat to Gili Air, which is the closest to Lombok, and then from Gili Air we went to Gili Meno, and then from Gili Meno we went to Gili T. So we turned up at the Padang Bai pier and bought our tickets there on the morning. If you're limited for time or you need to get a specific boat, I'd highly recommend buying a few days before. We had no problem whatsoever and we got on this boat, which was really nice. People talk about the sea being quite rough between Bali and the Gili Islands. As you can see, it was beautiful on the day that we went and the journey was over in 1.5 hours. So it was a really quick trip and we had no problems whatsoever getting to Gili Air. The islands are all very small and we actually walked around all 3 of them. So once you get there, there aren't any roads, so you're not going to be able to get a taxi. The only form of transport, if you need any and if you want help with your bags, is going to be a horse and cart. And it really is kind of that back to basic. But we were able to walk everywhere. It'll be no problem for you too, as long as you have an average level of fitness. So the place we stayed on Gili Air was a place called Hello Lumbung. It is a homestay and the rooms were really nice. They had air conditioning. We had some bikes come with the room. They gave us breakfast in the morning and we paid £8 a night for this room, which we thought was amazing. The location was great. The people who owned it were really nice and we literally had nothing to complain about. Gili Air is kind of in between the 2. It's got more facilities than Gili Meno, probably less than Gili T, but it's kind of a more chill vibe. Lots of reggae music, people on beanbags by the beach, lots of bonfires and people playing guitars and that kind of chilled vibe. You're not going to go out and have an absolute mad one, but you're going to stay out late, chilling by the beach. And it's actually a really, really nice vibe and I really, really enjoyed Gili Air. So to get between the islands, again, we booked the tickets on the day. To get from Gili Air to Gili Meno, we literally just turned up at the pier at the time we knew the boat was going to be and bought the ticket as we got on the boat. There was no problem at all. This was the pier as we arrived at Gili Meno and there really wasn't much more to the island. The island looks really cool from the air, so I really enjoyed flying my drone and taking pictures of the island. But then walking around the island, there really isn't very much. This was the main area that we found that had places where you could buy tickets to other places and a few restaurants. But apart from that, there wasn't very much more to do. Luckily, the place we were staying was super nice. It was called Meno Suites and we had our own pool, our own little kitchen area, and it was just beautiful. It was £25 for the night, so an absolute bargain. Our plan was to book this lovely place, have our own kitchen, and just spend most of the time making our own food, hanging out by the pool, going for a walk around the island. So this was our local supermarket and it didn't have very much on offer. So we would go there, we would buy crisps, we bought some beers and some pot noodle style dinners, and that's literally what we lived off while we were here. Luckily, the place we were staying was really nice and had a free breakfast, so the breakfast was spot on and gave us our main nutrition while we were staying there. We couldn't afford to eat at any of the beachfront restaurants that were attached to the fancier hotels there. I imagine the people who were staying in the fancier hotels probably had a much better time. Maybe the hotels had activities for them, I'm not sure. But in terms of what was available on the island, there wasn't very much. So after 2 days on Gili Meno, we'd had enough and we got the boat across to Gili T. And Gili T was a complete opposite, a complete turnaround, because there was so much happening. It was so vibrant. There was dive shops everywhere, restaurants, bars, music. It was amazing. We stayed at a place called Ocean Soul and they had all these really cool individual hut style accommodation. And it had an amazing breakfast. It had a little hammock outside that we could relax in and the location was great. Gili T is definitely the place to go if you're wanting to party. Everything is on Gili T. This is the island where everything is happening. And you don't have to get involved in the mad parties, you can just go and chill out. The opposite side of the island from the pier is a lot more chilled out than the pier side. So it's completely up to you where you stay and what kind of time you're going to have. But I highly recommend Gili T of the 3 islands. But again, it depends what you're looking for. So the kind of holiday that I'm going to enjoy probably isn't the kind of holiday that you're going to enjoy. So it's really important that you don't just listen to people's opinions, look at all the facts and make the right decision for you. So just to summarise, if you're looking to party, Gili T. If you're looking for romance, not to do very much, Gili Meno. And if you're looking for somewhere in the middle where you just want to chill, have a few beers, sit on the beach, listen to someone play a guitar, Gili Air is the place for you. So thank you for getting to the end of this video and I hope it's been helpful. If you have any questions, just ask below and I can answer any questions you have about Bali, the Gili Islands, Nusa Penida, which I'll probably do a video on soon because that's another place you have to visit if you have time from Bali. If you've liked this video, give me a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. There's going to be lots more travel tips coming soon.